If a picture is worth 1,000 words, a video is worth 1,000,000 pictures. Don't just write your story. Tell your story. What are you waiting for?
My husband and I were new to the Portland area. We moved to Clackamas, Oregon, I think about 1985 or 6, and we were in this wonderful little ward, the Happy Valley ward in Clackamas, Oregon, for about 3.5 years. We moved in 1990. And during those 4 years that we lived there, we met delightful people, and one of them was your dad and mom. They were a younger couple. Our children were in elementary school, third and fourth graders, and your folks were had only been married a short time. They moved into the ward as a young, newly married couple, and heard the stories of their courtship, and heard the stories of how it is that they fell in love with each other. And I remember that your grandfather, your dad's father, was, I believe, a stake president, perhaps, or a bishop, and he was the one that had met your mom first and knew right away that there was something special about her, and he wanted very much to be able to connect her with your dad. But being a wise parent, kind of stepped sideways a little bit, and he managed and kind of gave them opportunities to meet each other. But there was a time when your mother needed a blessing, and as he stood behind her and helped lay his hands on her head and give her a blessing, he was told then that she was the one that should marry his son. So he had to carefully go about finding ways to help them meet and be together without, saying, I know exactly who you should marry. And so we got to be a part of that when they were newlyweds, and when they were expecting, when they found out they were having their first baby, and when Douglas was born. We, in fact, went on a camping trip with them. Bruce and my husband worked in the Young Men's together, and they went on a camping trip with the boys, and we had even taken your mom and dad with us from Oregon all the way up to Washington State to Canada, to Vancouver, BC. They came camping with us when Douglas was just a baby. We brought all the young men to a cool water park right on the edge of the border between Washington and Vancouver, BC. So we got to have, all the boys helped hug the baby and carry their stuff, and so Doug went in a baby stroller all the way through this big amusement park, and I held the baby while your mom and dad went and did the roller coasters. And so we had so much fun with them, and because our children were a little bit older, and because they served together in the Young Men's program, the influence that your father was, in fact, on those young men, they had a wonderful relationship, and it was fun for me as the mom along, to provide the cookies and the cold drinks, to all those things going on. And later, when we found out that they're expecting again, so I got to talk about you and help with the baby shower before you were even born. So I got to know all about you before you even got here.
That's so cool.